Hey, Sonny here. We are going to continue our lesson on Holy War, and this part right here. Keep in mind, I'm playing both Marty Freeman and Dave Mustaine's part combined together. Um, so I'm playing slowly. You can hear what it sounds like, and then we'll break it down. So let's stop right there. The part we're going to play, we'll start from on the 10th fret on the A string. Basically, it's like a power chord breakup. You play the 10th fret on the A, D12, back to 10 A10, and then E12, and then A10, D12. So after you play that part, you play the A12, D14, back to A12. So, and then A6, D9, and then we'll go back to the main riff. It's the same as we did before. The only thing different is that we ends on the B power chord on the 7th fret. Okay, and the next part. So the beginning part is the same thing we did before. Is an A12, A10, D12, A10, E12, A10, D12, and then A6, 9, and then you go to G7, and then A5 and A8, G7 again. Yeah, so it's A5, A10, G7, and back to the main riff. And then you repeat it again, you repeat the whole thing again one time. Okay? So after you finish that part, you do it one more time, and instead of playing the B power chord, uh, you'll go to the yeah. You go to that part right there. So what I'm playing is I play is all it is power chord is G power chord and B power chord. I'm sorry, G power chord and F sharp power chord, and open E string. So start from the G power chord, open E string mute, and then F sharp and G power chord, open E string mute, and then F sharp power chord again, and then mute twice on the open E string, and then F sharp and G power chord, mute twice again on the open E string, backward G to B F sharp, mute on the open E string twice, and then F sharp and G power chord here. Slowly the whole thing goes like this. Okay. No. I can't play it slow. Okay. You do the main riff again. And then you play the same thing again, but this time you play like a major third interval. So instead of playing the G power chord, you play A3 and A2. That's a major third interval. And then you do the F sharp major third interval. So you play exactly what you played before, but you replace the power chord with major third interval. So it will sound like this. Okay, so instead of playing you'll do the major third. And play slowly for you. So again, the chord, the major third is E3 and A2, and the B and F sharp chord is E2 and A1. Okay. So and then it alternates. You play the power chord, major third interval, power chord, major third interval. So you do that 4 times, and then it goes to the main verse. Okay, let me play through the whole section, right? The one we just learned slowly. Here it goes. The last time you play that, it ends on the F sharp major third without going down to the G. That would prepare you to play the verse riff, which. Okay, so now we're going from the to the verse riff. Do that twice. And then it goes to the nylon solo. And the nylon solo part, I'm not going to show you how to play that. There's someone better on YouTube that can show you how to play all the solo for Holy War. So I would suggest you to check out Chris Zupa's channel, Zoupa. You can just type in Holy Wars solo guitar lesson. You should pull him right up. It's Chris Zupa, Zoupa. And there's no point for me to do solo when he can do like solo lessons 10 times better than I can. Alright, so let's break down the verse. It goes. The first part goes like this. So I'll play the chromatic note 5, 6, 7 on the A, and then on the low E string 3 times down, up, down, muted. And now play this power major third interval is D5 and G4, and then mute on the open A string, and you play F sharp major third interval, that's D4 and G3. Again, mute on the A string. So far we have this. And do it again 5, 6, 7 on the A string. And you do down up 4 times on the low E string. And you play this major third, minor third interval. So what I'm playing is I play the low E string 6th fret and A4 together, and then B minor third, which is low E string 7th fret and D5, and back to E6 and A4. So far with this. Repeat again. But instead of playing that, we'll play. It's a minor third interval, so we're playing the E minor third, which is A7 and D5. Open E string mute 1 time, and then we'll play the D sharp minor third interval, and mute on the low E string again. So the minor third, what I'm playing is it's A6 and D4, and then mute on the low E string, and you play the chromatic 5, 6, 7 on the A string again. So far we have this. What I'm playing is I play the major third of the F sharp, so is E2 and A1. Open E string, and do the same chord again, and play 1 half step higher to a G. Next part. So again, this is like a major third interval at the A position, so is E5 and A4. Open E string twice, play that again, and open E string again, and then you do the same shape. You go from 3, 5, 6 on the E string. So far we have this. Next part. Actually, I'll just pull 5, 3, 5 on the E string. And you play the 3rd fret on the E string, pull off open E string, and 3 times on the E string, pause for a second. So you go from 6-3 to 5, and you do the third fret on the low E string, pull off on the open E string again, and 3 more times again. Now this time you play power chord. A sharp power chord, A power chord, G power chord. Alright, play the whole thing slowly again. You go back to the beginning riff, like 5-6-7 on the A string, 5-6-7 on the E, 7-6-5 on the E, 5-4-3 on the E, and then 5th fret on the E twice, and then open E power. So if you play faster, it sounds like they play a little bit fast, but not too fast.